Yeah, it's the Archivist, y'all. Exclusively interviewing RAKIM, Sun God, Allah, MC. And who is one of the highest caliber MCs in the culture of hip-hop, RAKIM.
Thank you, bro.
Who is RAKIM?
Rakim is just a mild-mannered, laid-back cat that kind of like to see things flourish, man. If it's hip-hop, if it's life, if it's a plan, if it's somebody's, you know what I mean? If it's somebody's, you know, way to blow up, whatever it is, man. I just like to see plans come into full tuition, you know what I mean? Rakim is just a life-living person, man.
And let's go back. Rapping since 11 years old. Break it down from Theodore, Furious 5, Kaz, Melly Mel, Kool Moe Dee to the Kid Wizard. 1986, playing the sax.
Wow. He's covered a lot of history right there in that short sentence, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you know, I go back, you know, when I was a little kid, I played the saxophone, man. You know, I grew up in a musical-orientated house, and you know, mom sang from jazz to opera. My pops knew everything to play from, you know, I don't know, you know, you got your Motown music to, you know, all the way up to Sade. My pops knew what to put on, man. And, you know, hearing that, growing up, my brothers and sisters, my brothers played instruments, piano, saxophone. Actually, my older brother, Stevie Blast, he played the sax, so I picked that up and started blowing. You know what I mean? But it's just, you know, the love for music, and then having that love, and then when hip-hop exploded, luckily I was right there, you know what I mean?
And the legendary Paul C, one of the best times with him you could share.
Oh man, sitting in Paul C house, I remember when we first walked in his record collection room, and you know, when I first seen his record collection, it was crazy. Every album he had in there, every album was in a plastic Ziploc joint, you know what I mean? Every joint, when he pulled the album out the cover, man, you ain't even have to clean the record, man. I mean, this dude was really, you know, on top of his craft, and he had records that it took me another 15 years to find. You know what I mean? Like, one of the joints was Black Caesar, the Black Caesar album. And he told me, he was like, Rod, they only made a couple of these right here. You know what I mean? And I remember when he passed away, I couldn't get the Black Caesar album, so I had to go find it, man. It took me like 15 years, man. But Paul C definitely let me know how intricate and how, you know, how the enigma of hip-hop and making beats and finding record was. He let me know the importance of that.
And what was it like creating and now being recognized as having the best albums of all time paid in full?
Having the best album of all time paid in full. The best. It's a blessing, man. You know what I mean? It's this right here, it kind of solidified everything for me. You know what I mean? Long journey, man, from here to here, man. But this right here is what it is, man. It's like, you know, my first impression on the world.
And follow the leader. Know the ledge with the Juice soundtrack. Let the rhythm hit 'em. Don't sweat the technique. Share your favorite memories. And Sliding the Jacket with Eric B.
See, my favorite memories. It's hard to say one, but for instance, this right here, this album right here, man, I remember sitting on the you know, the waterfront, man, with the crew, my man True, Killer Ben, you know what I mean, and I don't know, man, like this right here is full circle for me, man. Looking at this right here, like the paid in full album cover. You know what I mean? 40-something right now, man. 40-something. Got me looking at history right here. Bring back a lot of memories. It's nostalgic. And of course, it hit a nerve, man. This is where I came from. This is what makes me me. So this right here kind of make everything, you know, bring everything full circle, man. So this is me right here.
That's what the archivist does. We
Yes, sir.
captures history all day.
No doubt.
And the 90s, the 18th letter, elaborate on the record and being noted #1 as the best MC in the source.
This right here, man, this album was so important to me, man, because, you know, coming from here, you know, and here, you know, this right here was, you know, people was hoping that I was gonna fall on my face. They didn't think that I could keep up, you know what I mean? The level of creativity that I had, man. But to be away from the game for a while and to come back and do this right here, and then to get the accolades that I got, you know what I mean? It really put everything in perspective for me, man. And it let me know that, you know, regardless what somebody try to tell you, if you stick to your guns, you can do what you want to do and be successful, regardless, man. So this right here was huge for me.
And the master, the album. Tell us about it and break down some wisdom for us.
The master. This album here, man, was definitely a big turning point. It another one of them albums where, you know, it got to the point where people started, you know, they was waiting for me to fall off, you know what I mean? And, you know, to be able to do joints like this and to do albums, man, when people, you know, figure that you so good that eventually you're gonna fall off, and do albums like this just to show my lyricism, kind of, you know, keep it in perspective, man. So this was definitely another important joint.
And Mike and Dave, who are they? And some MC battles, serving MCs. We need that history. It's the Sun God.
Word up, man. Mike and Dave, you know that, you know, when I was small, Mike and Dave was like, I don't know, like, whenever they put out a flyer and it was Mike and Dave, you wanted to be there. And I was so young at the point, you know what I mean, it wasn't too many shows I can go to, man. But when Mike and Dave was throwing parties, it was, you know, the event to be at, man. The most that I got from that was the tapes after the parties. You know what I mean? Living in Long Island, we couldn't wait for the tape to pop off and circulate through the city, man. But I'll tell you one thing, one Mike and Dave joint, you know, when I finally got to the age where I can enter one of his joints, he threw this MC battle in Harlem, Harriet Tubman High School, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure, on the 32nd Street, man, Harlem. But yeah, I came through there, my man Bez hollered at me, he was like, yo, Rod's popping off in Harlem. And this was my first battle that I went to in New York City, coming from Long Island. And when he came, he was like, you know, yo, Rod, you know, so I was like, yeah, whatever. And real boom, but then he said, yo, it's a Mike and Dave joint. I threw my best shit on, went to New York, man, and joined it, you know what I mean? And my whole thing was I didn't want to win. I didn't expect to win. But I just wanted to go to Harlem, go to a Mike and Dave joint, and spit on the mic, and his venues was always jam-packed, so I got to spit at the Mike and Dave joint, crowded, the battle, and I killed it. I ain't win, but I killed it, and that was one of the roads that I paved to get where I'm at now.
And your Mercedes station wagon from Dave NY. We heard about it. Let's hear more.
Wow, that's funny. You know? I bought that for my wife. You know what I mean? I bought that for wifey. It was just one of them things. Like, you know what I mean? When I was coming up, I always wanted a Benz wagon. And but big up to my brother Ronnie too, because he had a Volvo wagon. And I was a little dude, little kid. He had a Volvo wagon. And he told me one day he was gonna get at it. He was gonna give it to me. I don't want to keep girls. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna give you this when you get old, man. So I always looked at the wagon like, yeah, man. Never gave it to me though, man. But I fell in love with Mercedes. When they came out the wagon, you know, it used to look a little you know, a little old school. Then they came out with the sports wagon, and I was like, yeah, that's it right there. So I got my wife with the sports wagon. She's sitting over there chilling. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm a big Mercedes Benz.
And your opinion on Native Americans in hip-hop, are you aware of any Aboriginal artists? We are on Coast Salish territory.
Oh, no doubt, man. Listen, man. There's no more boundaries, man. There's no more walls up, man. It's like what hip hop's become is like a look into different cultures, man. In the beginning, I remember, you know, watching, you know, MTV and some of the early video channels and getting a chance to see, you know, what Cali was thinking, and you know, the video kind of made it easy for me to see into their world, and vice versa. I'm sure when, you know, people from out of town, out of New York, would look at a New York video, they kind of can see inside the world of New York, or see inside the world of that artist or whatever. And that right there let me know that there's other worlds out there, there's other cultures, and to have different, you know, nationalities now bringing it to the table is just opening up our horizons and letting us see into different cultures and different worlds. Oh yeah. We just left Taos, man, and you know, they got a big following out there, man. And to see how embedded they are in hip hop, you know what I mean? It was a girl in the front row, and she was quoting lyrics from the 7 Seal album, and you know what I mean? You know, to get a young girl, you know, I'm 40 something, son. To get a young girl, you know, talking about lyrics from this album right here, man. You know what I mean? She must have been like 17 or something, but she was quoting lyrics from this album. To me, man, that's like, that let me know that things are still relevant, still valid, and you know what I mean? And not only that, man, the different cultures is representing this hard, man, and they paying attention, so that broaden our horizons to not only speak to in the ghetto or inner city people, but, you know, to different cultures, man. It teaches us how to be a little bilingual mentally.
And to wrap up the collection, your best hip-hop memory you've been part of or contributed to?
That's a good question, man. I think that my best memory of this is what I get from this is the love from the people, man. It allows me to keep doing what I do. It could be somebody famous, and even more than that, man, somebody that I don't know, or just a regular person that come up and tell me what they feel and how they feel about the music that I make, or, you know what I mean, things of that nature. So, you know, hands down, that's like, you know, the best feeling I get, to come perform and just to hear the feedback that I get from people, because, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, that's what I work for. So that's what it is for me.
And you got any shouts?
Shout out to Canada, man, Vancouver, man, all the way across to the East Coast, man. You know what I mean? Toronto, everybody over there, yo, Canada, man, keep representing this hip hop thing. You know what I mean? I think y'all a missing link, man. Y'all can kind of, you know, help curve the direction of where hip hop is going by just, you know, voicing your opinion, man. So keep doing what you do, my man. Keep doing what you do. You need that in the game. You know what I mean? RAKIM Allah. Peace, man.
And shouts to Fortune Sound Club and G-Man and Risk. And this is The Archivist, and you already know the name, y'all.